So last week I posted a riddle and challenged you guys to guess it, and I posted it on many platforms. But when I posted it on YouTube, some of my users were able to get it within just a few minutes, so I'm very impressed. The answer to the riddle is identity, and I'm going to try to explain a little bit why. But first, congratulations to these users who guessed it, especially the ones who guessed it by itself instead of throwing out a lot of guesses. But most of all, I want to highlight this user who guessed it while disagreeing with me, and that is extremely impressive. So very well done. I'm very impressed. But I am going to justify the answer in a minute. So the reason it's identity is because our identity is truly our most precious possession. It is how our brain kind of navigates the world. And psychologists have found that identity, the way we see ourselves, is so important to us that having it threatened is pretty much processed by our brain the same way as having our life threatened. We have a fight or flight response to having that threatened. And the reason the answer wasn't things like reputation is because our identity is more important to us than our reputation. We don't care if people think poorly of us or think bad of us as much as they think of us the way that kind of matches with what we think is our identity. So it's not quite reputation, although that was definitely a good guess a lot of you guys had. Now, to answer the criticisms of this one user, which are great, and again, I love the answer entirely. He said, look, maybe I shouldn't have said it's not real. Identity can be considered an emergent thing. And just because something's not tangible doesn't mean it's not real. Well, I'll stand by saying it's not real in that emergent things, while yes, are real, even if they're not tangible, they are consistent and observable. And identity is neither of those things, really. Everyone who looks at you has an identity of you in their own minds that does not match with the identity in yours, at least not exactly. The identity, even in your own mind, is always changing. It is not a consistent thing. No one can ever truly pin it down. And then can you be happy without an identity? Well, yeah, you can, in as much as you can be happy not caring about your identity. This requires a certain level of self-awareness and discipline, and normally emotional work. I would even venture to say spiritual work. But letting go of constantly worrying about your identity, constantly trying to control your identity, yeah, it's pretty great. I highly recommend it. But anyways, thanks all for playing, and we'll talk to you later.